So hi guys, in this video, I'm gonna automate the data process pipelines. And in the previous video, we already mapped the X and Y coordinate into the data. But the thing is, um, to display the grid of predictions on the map, like using map library of React, um, we essentially need like two coordinate instead. So let's look at this square. Um, so for this, let me see, rectangle, it's a rectangle component. We actually need two x and y coordinate, which is it can either be the northwest, right? This could be the northwest, but pretty sure that yes, it is the northwest and the southeast coordinate in order to create the grid. And right now we only have the center coordinate of the grid, which is like the center of the crime incident. So in this video, I'm gonna automate the pipeline of data process and also add the center coordinate processions. So we will automatically process the centroid to become the northwest and the southwest coordinate. And maybe later in the next video, we will work with database to store like all sort of the data that we need to store because we don't want to process like every single time that the front end one kind of um, data about crime incident, right? So let's head to it. So in the previous video, we already create the map coordinate app, which is we map the coordinates of the grid into the data set itself. So what results is this is just a rewind. So in our process data, let's see if we yeah CSV actually CSV. So we map it our longitude and latitudes to our data. So this is beautiful, but now we just have to convert the longitude latitude into, you know, the northwest longitude latitude and the southeast longitude and latitude. Well, for now, I'm not sure that whether it is easier to do this in the front end or the back end. So, not sure yet because in my front end, let me show you cd relation, and then we go here in how in the mall, right? Here, I create rectangle. So as you guys can see here, I already create a logic to like automatically convert. So what we need is to send the eccentroid, no, I mean the longitude and the latitude up to the center of the grid, and it's automatically calculate the southeast, west, and the northeast data and display as a grid. So maybe I will ask AI, like, what should we do? Right? Um, shoot. So yeah, backend is better because of performance. Um, a large amount of grid calculations can be brutally intensive. If consistency, we can apply some advanced skill like catching, and it's gonna help a lot. Yes. So probably just keep it for now. But so after the process data, we'll also want to change our front end to be just accepting like uh to accepting the coordinate in detail, including the north and the west side, like the in the northwest and the southeast, or vice versa, which is like the northeast and the southwest. And then it just the front end only has to display it. So let me see. Should be. So we will create a new app, right? There's our here, to our backend, and we want to create a new app. Um, and also we will have to turn on our virtual environments. So let's do first env spin activate, enter, and then cd backend ls, and now we can do python manage.py. We will make an app called automated data pipeline. Enter. We are missing the argument with the shy app. Okay. So now we shall see our automated pipeline here. Alright, so that's cool. during this, we will have my AI to convert this data into. You can see this is the AI send it to the, I mean I can do it myself, so it doesn't matter to be honest. Okay, so you're creating an automated pipeline. We have a file here, and we just want to see the other file. Firstly, from the data backup, right? So this actual crime process app is because I inherit the code base, and I don't know why, but their data. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. If we go to the data here, the MLP, the result, right? Okay. Um, Distributed ranking access with. So here we have our predicted and actual crime count merge or merge together in this MLP. So what I did like a few days ago is that I separated the actual crime count into another file called actual crime data. So yeah, this is the app that doing that shit, and that's why we kind of need to we kind of need to adjust the case that if the model being passed to the automated pipeline is MLP or actual crime, um, so then um, I mean we can only pass the actual crime, so we can't pass the actual crime. We can pass the MLP or the baseline model. So the baseline model is good, but for the MLP, well, if we passing the MLP model, we will want to first extract the actual crime count into a separate file, and then we're doing the same process, like the same process to the baseline model, which is next we will mapping the coordinate into it. So let's say we will create a functions called, let's say defines, but we will need to import pandas. And do we need OS? OS. I don't think we need OS here. We only need it in the views.py, right? Because we passing the real path there. So here we need to import pandas as PD, And here I will make a function called um, automated, right? So in the automated, we will want the model that we are passing in and the string. And not just the model, we will also need the path, like the URL. So let's say, actually, I need this sweeping left. So we will want model, our model path, right? It's also a string. Okay, so first we will check if model is baseline or lead. It's lead. So if it is lead, no, if it is MLP, MLP, we will have to do this process that I show you guys, which is this one. We will have to run process view to separate the file, right? Problem is I will have to check that um, in our actual data, like here, there. Oh yeah, we have the time, so it's gonna be fine. But essentially, we will need to end this, and then kind of need the time period. But let me think a little bit. Let's go to processor, target period, and now we have the period. Hmm, what period here? I just curious. I forgot. Like, okay, okay, so we are taking unique time in the period, and then we name it in a file, so it'll be great. So if our model is MLP, we just simply want to call uh, our process MLP results that we automatically extract actual crime data and automatically save it into the path that we want. And it's gonna also return the F. So this consistency df will equal to save actual data by periods, process and local result, but for it we have to import. So we can say actual data process dot processor, we will import this functions process MLP results. So we import this process MLP results and we call this here, and we're gonna pass our model path in here, right? So then if it is an MLP model, um, so but how can we know it's an MLP model? just path the file and it extracts. I think at that point we still have to like do stuff manually because like we have to give it a manual input and basically it's will automating the process. Or what can I do? I can pass the data, pass the data, yeah, inside, and we can handle its views. Mm, one thing that we can do is from our data here, we can, it's having different names out, so I don't think we can do it. Because for the MLP, the file having this crazy naming before like the baseline model, we just have this. So that's why I'm just gonna pass the CSV path manually. So that's what we do. So here after this line, if it is the MLP model, then it's gonna create it the actual file. And after we created whatever file, we're gonna start to mapping. We'll start our mapping process, right? So MLP if um, the model if so if we wanna check break case, right? Let me look at our file. So in the rerun mapping process with path, mapping data exactly if it is actual if we pass the model to the process of that. It is also hardcore after we automate this. So we have to if we just passing our function, if we just passing the file, then how can it like do everything automatically? So we need the path. So for the lead model, this can basically automatically do stuff, but like request, I think request we pass something else, right? So if we are passing the request to that's a lot. So this step manually get to step or train of the show. Just really crazy. this function. Yes. So have to do that. So it will know what to do next. So like model is actually you're gonna pass the model in a request and also the C3 path if model is because we automatically stuff. So if the model is lead, it's gonna do this. If the model is else, it's gonna be actual or MLP. So thing is just have to do stuff manually, like kind of different. So I'll run mapping process. Just here. Oh no, it's calling mapping coordinate authority. So we mapping coordinate path into this and the model. We need the model. Thing is that okay, so we just need to automate the process of both predicting actual at the same time if we are just passing MLP as a model. Because actual data is like based on the MLP, right? Okay, so we can start changing manually from here. So it will separate it into like two paths, and I just want to see it good that get extract the model. So we will change this that it will um create to model, and same thing for this. It will mapping the coordinate into both file, which is predicted prime counts and actual prime count at the same time if model is MLP map model. It's gonna return in the same folder, which is in process there. Okay, so let me see. In the map actual, in the map lead, the map MLP, this needs the time lines like time. Yeah, I think we do need to include the period. Mhm. Simply using the method that I've been using. And we also need to create a directory that including that period and just like passing history inside that directory. Because like basically now look at a file, we can't tell like what period is this actual data it's about, right? Okay, so we will what we're gonna do now is automate this. We're gonna automate this process, and yes, let's do it. So before mapping coordinates, our path is here, our output model and process data, it's map directory, we doing this stuff, we are getting the extract data model. Um, this on here. When we call this, what we have is the client data. Mm, and then we map it with the coordinate. Yeah. So we will have to check from here, like if the model is lead, then we just gonna do this, right? But if it's this MLP, we're gonna do it 2 times. So if it is MLP, we'll have EF prime digit beta equal to the extracted model with the model path, right? The model and limit one. And basically, here is going to do the same thing, which is the DF predicted coordinates. We're getting the coordinate on our coordinate data, and then we basically doing this same thing right here. Let's say here on the basis here. It's this and this is here. We want big data, and also we have predicted coordinates. We have to do the same thing with the actual, right? So we have just make a simpler. Copy this, do the same thing, and sys else. Here it does. Just delay from active data after that. So this model is the um, trying to predict what a column would be fine. Okay, so basically doing the same thing that we have already. We do this manually. So it's gonna be here, just here, and our this would be predicted strong counts in the same thing, and we're gonna extract this into the same file, and now we can delete this. Delete this and page. Before that, we have to create a file, like folder of the periods. So let's see. But what we get for it from, like for example, if we have to go back, of course, stop this, yeah, let's check. So, so alright. So yeah, I don't think I really need AI for now. So, okay, yeah. So we just keep doing this. Pretty sure we already have the periods here since we are mapping target periods, right? Um, so maybe I just keep copying, redoing combine merge, and we call the functions once again to actually get extracted model and pass this into the prime count. This, this, this object, or just like this would be the actual one that we generated. This is the baseline model, right? So now we will have to get the time. Let's see how can we get the time. We are for periods in periods, and periods are from the target dot unique. So it's gonna be just like an element, which is 2023 for like another specific time. So just automated. I in our loading incorrect. That is do this at the same time. Since we have actual data here. But we were here it's data here. Only the reverse of this way. So just keep going for this. So just copy the same thing and then it's just down here. Now this will be active. Right? Model the active. So we have the model, we pass the model, but here we're gonna pass um, inside. Oh, it's for here that this actual data one could be model. That I'm not tricky. Wait, I'm actually tripping, right? What is this? We are here, and then this, and then this. So, oh, so this is duplicate. Okay, actual, this merge, then climb actual, connect it like this, and now this actually combines. Let's name this one predictive combining. It's find this now. This is actually combined with lines underscore C actually combines with and combines here. So now our predicted combine and our actual combine is ready, right? So we just need units equal to combined dot how are we doing here? Combined rule period target it target period dot unique and zero to 0 and upper path in the CSV file equal to methods not just equal to after divide by period and divide by CSV, but CSV period does not exist yet, so we need to create. So have to redo this also. There it goes. So down here, our method model, we have it. Go to the and so bring this here, right? And before that, we want to divide by period. And then the period outside. Where's the period? Where's it? Did I just delete the periods? It's fine. I'm gonna do it here, here, and I a variable then also and use that. It's gonna have the same period, so it's not gonna be there at all. But yeah, if we will have, let's do it similarly. We'll go to our combined, right? Combine dot um, target period dot 0, and we have our path will be period, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna create if this does not exist. That's it. So we have our directory and here it's 0. That's a file. Sorry, just models we are gonna copy that source. Do the same thing for CSV file. It's gonna be fixed because CSV file will be map model. CSV file, we have this to this. Okay, so in combined, this would be predicted once, and now I'm gonna have so CSV. You predicted file. No, use the path equal to path slash period slash file have the parent, but it's gonna exist. For, for sure, for sure it's gonna exist. So it's still actual combine that to CSV of the path index to phone. And we return combines. So we do this, now we return combine, else which return uh, exist combine. Yes, just size file written down. Pick combine, extract it, change the integer, and we have yeah here is getting coordinates. What are we doing here? Look, I will have to the box, which names CSV file before even defining it. Gee, using CSV file, CSV. Okay, yes, it is here. CSV file. This is predicted file. This actual file. Inconsistency variable name between this project open. It's not in. Okay, simple. And it doesn't matter, I guess. And convert it to integer. And I'm going to do this with the actual data. for it into integer. So you for models that LP, and we might have to also break this itself into, which is this is prime t1 like that. The model, this model sleeve is gonna series. That's what you're using combine. The combiners can exist in LP branch. In MLP engine. I see. Um, you're right. It's it's targets probably. Fuck no, right? What? That's crazy. What's the period? Which one? Uh, something like this. You want? Yeah. You issue. You are using actual combines, which does not exist in the lead range. Sorry. What? Oh yeah. My bad. We just have to extract one, and then let's do this. Mm-hmm. Pretty It's correct. You mean trying to disperse from heavy branching. You're trying to test expand the outcome. Watch us predict its data. Doing the same thing, but like Oh, okay. My bad. What the hell? Let's see. I'm actually tweaking here. Like, you're not second. Let's see. Uh, wait, okay. Right, okay. Oh, so this is good. Think so. It's correct. Okay, so now diffuse.py gonna call this run slash we don't need this no more. It's gonna call remapping process. Gonna pass in a request. Well, the things passing in the request is that since we already automate that process, we just need if the model is Lee, right? We are essentially passing the path inside this request extracting from it. If the model is MLP, we're just gonna do it because it's automatically handled. Okay, so how can I pass a request from net and extract that first and that and let's say uh, so you can pass the data between in several ways and you pass in the short model data through request. So sending a request, we can put this and system and processing. This dot get auto remedy. What the fuck? What? we call our model. So we need this, and this. It's this in our in here. Hmm. Good. It separates. So TV rates. In the input. Yo, this is crazy. What? So here we in our review. Thus we just created here, right? We wanna import request. That's what we are doing. And we want to import JSON. We want to import um uh, 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 Django TPP JSON response, whatever is that, and Django dot use dot later that is attribute for um, with our endpoints and endpoints we URL will be equal to 2 slash post 1000 uh, slash API slash um sorry yeah backend had to find here with that slash C so like that it is gets which is how we have like that. We can definitely hard code that. Let's go here to our view and we can try to copy this and go back here has its view and we also want our coordinate path, right? Which will be so let's go to here. We have our coordinate path is here as copy it and we want to go back here, paste it, and yeah, cool. We return format is JSON, right? Since we have we need that because we already hard coded out those. So now we're trying to try if we do need to JSON, like so we can try here, um, response to pass dot post we post to our endpoints. Just we post to our endpoint URL with JSON with the data. Our header content type and start the JSON type with API timeout 30 milliseconds. So after this, we check if response dot status code is equal to 200, which is success. We're gonna say data, um, let's say map response is now equal to our response. We will drop JSON, convert from JSON type into Python object dictionary. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna return our JSON response. So return our JSON response here, message, and say success. And say song, and that, right? We can say map response, and our say our request is actually the the data here, and gonna to handle the section. So before that, we have to handle the else, right? So let's say right here, and else. We return 6 here, so up a bit. See that, and we want this to be felt. We want any, yes, we still want the data, but just not the response. Sections will be like this. Don't discuss on this object. Value assigns names arguments. Its higher is and type. That thing. So our exceptions would be, let's just say exception, exception SE. So if it does have an error, then we probably want to respond. That's it. And else, try this. We are returning some like this not elapsed or something like that. Or return not around here. If it is not hosting or getting the method. So, alright, well, just say before a mapping function assume it is in the same app. So now the extracted, and you know what, we don't need like, let's say, response. We need to await stuff like fast API. That is really question mark. But really, I'm not sure. We only this if that's it. That post. We will now extract JSON request import JSON process request. So we process here, and then we are extracting like that. It is pretty cool. So let's go to our mapping. I'm going to use a map.py here. So we're gonna have to import some of this weird stuff, but import this. We need JSON. We make this. We already have this. We so it's like define. It's the word, not like partner. Okay, we have our yes, our fxn class if request dot method is equal to post trying to not when the request body will equal to our class dot body dot the code. Yeah, yeah. Data equal to JSON what? Hmm. That's on we are loading our request body and in our models data that gets we will now model gonna be we found equal to our data that get um, model, right? Or model path, data path will also equal to data that gets and model data path and our coordinate path that equal to data that gets. And we have to double check what should have use that it's in view coordinate path. Right, so perfect. So we have here is model, no, it's coordinate path like this. So data and then oops, so we need to send it. So if model equal to we are the path would be this. The baseline copy, you have that, you have that, you have this. So I'm going to try this. So we have handle sections. Try again. Set, set, section as the vision, we just return error. Response on um, set. We still and right now just this the well, this is really XM XM channel. The CSRF protection is based on things, cookies, stuff, and libraries used to mark as revealed as the send function. To the view is not required valid CSRIF token to process the community request, regularly post request to so no, let's just try the view. This is no longer exists. Let's delete this. Let's save it like that. And other pipelines gonna create URL dot I because we need to. And we want to include this, so I'm just gonna add that. Just the backend nut it like this. So this. views. We don't have home views. We can have that. Um, maybe yes. I'll make AI do that for me. Let's say this is automate. We automated. In our view, we have call and nav. So when call and nav, it's like that. Um, and this can create a home view for this. That's home view. Um, that's that. And we are returning rendering of our, let's see, I don't remember, render the page service class and this render class. Then we have the page templates and templates here and here templates that slash and then the create related pipelines and combine. So here we will want to in our time flat flat line home dot HTML. So if more files we have more context and also we want to debug in our backend settings we will add the new s and I activated pipelines. We also want to add that in our URL here. So path would be our ultimate and includes automated pipelines dot URL like that. Perfect. So now I'm gonna have um, AI to write me the automated the template so we can test the code that we have written in our automated pipelines. So let's see our view.py here URL automated py. As you can see, that we get options, just handling requests. So we don't like really need that. Everything is in the field of pi and everything in this map coordinates also in the field of pi. Please create a template for and the new close this. Well, what would seem boring to me? Well, I probably want to switch to systems and stuff, but hopefully I can get a job or doing something. I don't know, bro. I just can't do this stupid flexbox container, background paddings, margins. It's hella boring, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Bro, I bet like even senior dev nowadays don't even like sit here and just doing those stuff like writing the CSS telling looks stupid things. But just gonna write that. I switch to system stuff. Okay, so do we have that here? Rachel, why are we having Cloudflare? Which is weird. This is the longest week ever. Yeah, like, this is the only template that worked for me. And I see that they have a wage that calling the endpoint. 800 lines. Oh my god. Let's we might have to do that. Yes. So we console with that and run server once again. To make I can automated, the automated pipelines. And move this here and that. Say circle input. You have if you see the with parent and file, which is probably because of circling that error. This as so right this that UFI section can find the UFIs that is automated pipelines URL. Okay, I think I should find the error. Or maybe not. Let's go to backend here. Once it gets fine up, just there. That's it. And something like that. Yo, why is it not having error and press off the name? Well, I just test it before. Okay, so the endpoint is automated. I'm pretty sure. Go to the backend. Automated pipeline. So let's say template does not exist. Source does not exist. Well, let's look at our view. Automated pipeline slash home dot 18 now. Bro, I created no way. I created template inside the migration file. This is stupid. Pipeline and home.html and paste this, do this, delete this, save it, crash, template, we made pipeline, home.html, Gino automated, fine, home. I don't know what hell. I get this error template. Mm, red, set that setting. What's the setting file here? Paste directory. Yeah. Okay, so we have um this model, B model, whatever, and it fit there. Execute fail endpoint A goes to, let's see if we can receive this. Say try check in from this failed. For some reason, it's return fail coordinate coordinate C3 and stuff like that. We don't really see what error that return. can see that remapping is being called and we have a 404, which is most likely to be the if our model is at the C and S plus baseline plus C grid ranking.csv like that. And we want to try like that. It also failed. What's the reason that failed? You know, so we can try to like go again. So when we are calling the automated pipelines, it will check if the response is. If it is false, return method is not allowed, but as we can see that the responding is basically this. So this means that this has been going through. We just need more specific error. So we can return error, right? Um, so that if status code is 200, which means that it's not 200, right? So it's a method, it's not. Right? But we have 404. 404 definitely the backend error, which means that when posting this, there's something wrong with this, right? Okay, so when we send this, it's gonna send to, maybe we can return the response. And just there's the first one, see more. So let's enter. It's saying object is object of type response is not JSON serializable. Get this error. I got this error. Check. So now I get this error expecting value minus 1, which is really weird. This I'm going to call it 1, Charlie. This means that the endpoint B is returning an empty response of non-JSON response. Make sure endpoint B return some response. Point B just mapping stuff. Coordinate. What's the mapping? Right here. It's returning JSON. Says failed error. We have an error. But I said like screw there. Because for backend. See the fail. See a lot. That's it. So looking at the other problem is that run mapping process function and map coordinate build up types returning JSON invalid request, which has it shrinks the out of dictionary. Oh, okay. Just read right back. Hmm. This is in our map coordinate build up, and that's we want to return this method. It's not allowing stuff. Like in automated pipelines, or we might have something wrong. Return proper JSON. And yeah, we do need more decodes. Try to get the error message. So, right, we're gonna need more error message. So I'm gonna try to do one dot JSON in the set where you are and gonna return based on response with a message saying shell or status code. The response dot status codes. And that's there. So you try. Look, you use this. Yes. You. What's the error? It's like the HTML stuff. That's just mean that URL doesn't exist. It's not accessible. Okay, so that bad. It doesn't matter. Just keep this up there. You need to make sure that endpoint B is properly mapped in your course. Okay. Oh, to mapping. Like, so we have to come mapping, and let me see. View, this view, URL. It's run mapping. So we are missing mapping. Right, so it says success. If success is not a new folder, which this lead, yo, alright, it's working. Let's see. Let me go rapidly.csv. Yo, this is really dope. This is really dope. This is really dope. And if I would want to change the view.py into, let me see, process to, let's say automated. Where is the automated pipeline here? So if I change this like this, and I want to change the model into northweast, I'm gonna save it. Let's run it again. So let's see if we have the success. So if we go here, but I have this two file, this beautiful. The envelope, rapid, actual, just see, and the envelope, rapid, mlt.csv. What we have in the view data is kind of different or no? Like these. Okay, we have one problem, which is the actual client count is not sorted. Right? This is sorted, which is good, but for some reason the actual count is not sorted for some reason. So we have one more problem. It's probably in the map coordinates in the map. Okay. More so here in our extract uh, here, because we're extracting just the row, so we have to sort this one more time. So we have to sort the value based on this here, right? Okay, this oh, and operate the code value from so that we need some enter in right. So here, after we extracted the actual data from here, right, we want to sort it. That's why we have found actual data will be equal to um our df times actual data dot sort values s, right, and we do sort based on our actual account like that. And salmon will equal to blue, which is salmon. Oh, it's SN, yeah. So we want it to be sending. And then we want to reset the index relative to true. And we want that we have after data is equal to data online, right? Will be equal to df line for data pipeline. So just so so basically we are sorting this and having resetting like all the index of each row. We are assigning those index for the rank, but the index as the index starting from 0, we have to plus 1. So now I can try by deleting this file, like all this. Just delete that. It's not existing anymore. But as long as we can try to enter this, um, we are having a problem this time. We're having a problem this time. It's saying call must be sent right now here. Before we're having that problem, but for some reason it's not working now. It's not working. And do this one. Wait, so what did I change? Let's delete this. Pressure value. Here, say the column must be the same length. That's the key. Let's see how. Just sort the value based on. Yeah, we can do that. So we have to do that manually. Let's try in the process data. Where's the process? Yeah, let's go to processor. Here, yeah. I did this basically, but we kind of need to do it manually. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So the thing is, actual data is in. Makes sense. Why is happening? We have to. Okay. We, we just try it. Right. Okay. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Because we need to extract it and then sort it. It's okay. Yeah, this, so, like, one, it, set, it, like, so, so it's not here. That's it. It's not here. So the app, the app, we're gonna do this. So, uh, uh, so, 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 it, we would want to do this. Just copy and paste it. That, we do that, and we just turn it on. Yeah, we based on that. So, good job, good job, sir. Doing the same thing. Wait, here, let's go back. We can do result equal to copy If is data, we have the result equal to the result of sort value based on actual count and setting uh, setting this result to dot reset dot is true dot index that, and here we go undefined name result underscore after this. Please split terminal system city process there. Do the same thing with the login. CD and again process there. Packet process. Right, so here our data is good. Yeah, so that we done. Cool. And I think that we can basically uh, secret and this automated pipeline along you. I'll spend another half an hour to try to process the data, and we can do that. Start our backend for a little bit. So here in our, we are having this logic, which we have the center, the latitude and longitude center. We convert it into the southwest and the northwest. As a out of it. So the bound is southwest, southwest, and northeast. So it's southwest and northeast. Okay. So we have this logic. We can see this A and 3 minus 3 that one. Okay, so now the problem, not a problem, is that we have to determine where we're gonna put it at. Let's see our process data. It's just returning, right? So our map coordinates the most important things because in this logic, like in this mapping.py, it's actually mapping it into the file. So I think we will also have to have logic to kind of do some logic here, like before this. Probably we can keep track of combines, combine, predict, or actually combine this exists, then we're gonna extract the center, the longitude, and the latitude, and then calculate for it. Okay, so we can do that. It's gonna be quick, like it's just some data processing. So it's in our map coordinates. It's in our mapping.py. So you can read that in the mapping file. Coordinate 44 emerging coordinates. Functions. So you can see the map or inert to the map. see, see, just yeah, so I think the main logic is here. So if we think elsewhere, so in cats it needs merge found with coordinate with coordinate data. Merge to data frame and merge to original. Merge found with image. So getting coordinates, let's see if we change anything. So basically we are with the CSV file. We call okay copy. We are renaming this into our center longitude and center latitude. Okay, place in true. And we have this new logic, which is what we're gonna do is we creating a bound data, a bound for each grid. So our bound data, it's an empty list. We are looping over the results dot data rows for some reason. I don't even know what that is, but to be honest, copy, bro. Okay, just define functions. So here, we better on two bit size. Size better. So we have a grid bands. This is the latitudes. And then let's see the latitudes constant and longitude we still have to calculate. And it's technically half. Because let's see proxy no share bro, to be honest. This shit. I don't know how to create a square. So just basically we having a square and then we just want like going adjacent, like they are going diagonal, like just half of a square of the grid. So because we at the center, so yeah, the gradient. We have to implement that. Calculate the four corner, and then we just returning this. Uh, what? That's 0. Top. Does that make sense? The bands that we like this one checklist, but like both the southwest. South, south. So calculating this shit, like what is the why are we calculating this and this? We just don't need that, right? Let's just calculate if we need in case or something like that. Good side better. And some latitudes and altitudes that we already get in this, and we're starting talking about for sure pan down, so we got pan this, but while we calculate this, it's, we convert this into data and merge with our original, which can cat like in return the results. These functions, they just like passing five sets. This will be coordinates, data uh, your possible sets. This and it this to be fine. I'm passing everything to this. So we're not changing here anything here below, but we will have to change the data, like data validations for this model. Inner sys and factor combines something for this. Southwest and northwest. Let's see. Or it, it combines and this or this. Not in this we can check. And we are doing the same thing for our Lee model here. Okay, that's good. Then are we having anything else? And say 5, which is the same thing. Okay, so if I got to delete like this process, it's different. And we're gonna try. Oh, I already stopped the server. I see cd dot and run our BNB server. It and we see our backend, OS, and we run the server. So it's true. Right, so now we have the data. And hopefully it's working. Info. Let's do environment map it to actual.csv. So as we can see, we have this center and latitude. Okay, let's see, center, latitude, center, latitude. Transfer to southwest latitude, southwest longitude. Blue one and a red one. This should work. Northwest and the northeast. That's okay. We do not need this at all, to be honest. We are mapping too much. 100%. Center that and this being registered this. And honestly, we also don't really need this. Okay. We have center that. Okay, so we don't want this. We also just want the southwest Latin law. We want the the northeast, the northwest, right? So we want the southwest. Is that wrong? And if we need in the future, we can just append it. But now there, it's just like so much. It is southwest and northeast. Am I right? Okay, start this one below. Start. What's southwest and northeast? So we want southwest and we want northeast, which is those two. So we don't really need this right now. That's for a second. So this is fine. Okay. And just want to click this. Okay, it. And we can try to read this. And we run it back in once again. And so with this file, we are going to let's see actual data. CSV So now we have grid ID, actual client count, target periods, standard longitude, standard latitude. We having our southwest Latin long and our northeast Latin long, and also our bounds, which is cool. But the fuck is this as? So folks, so it's cool. So yeah, I think we have done today's task, which is we already created an automated pipeline from the really raw data to like just returning the whole clean data, processed data that having um, the grid ID and separated to actual prime, predicted prime, and the baseline model prime. And we also have our center coordinates being calculated and into the southwest and the northwest longitude and latitude, and it'll be um, I mean we are ready for the next day, which is tomorrow, that I might work with the database, store this data into the database, and maybe the day after we will, coding the content for a little bit, which is just basically requesting the backend to query the data from the database and displays beautifully on the front end. But it's gonna be pretty much work. It's gonna be, but yeah, hopefully I can do it. Just right now it's been 3 hours. Um, Probably I'll go have some breakfast and then log in for I don't know. C. I'm learning. I want to learn C++ and C so bad. Pretty broad web stuff right now. So and you're be myself and you guys on next